Ain't possible. Welcome, everyone. This is Sports Talk. This is a Big Don production on the WJRG television network. Our host tonight is not here, so filling in for him will be me and Minister Henry Green. But I will introduce the guys from the panel right now. We have our legendary pastor, Walter T. How you doing, Walt?
Good evening. How's everyone?
Yes, everyone good. Great. And then we have our big time bishop, Bishop Ernie Richard Jr. Don't get it mixed up.
I don't know about big time, just a servant leader of the Lord. But good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good, good.
Let me say, I can call both of you guys big time because I've been listening to both of you guys. I know what I hear.
Now, amen.
I'll buy
Keep
that.
me in prayer, bro. Appreciate you. I enjoyed you Sunday too. I know we on television, but yeah.
and every moment moves. Every moment moves. Let's hear from Kendall Tyson.
How are you doing, gentlemen?
Good, Kendall.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And all the way from Maryland, Jerry's brother-in-law, Henry's brother-in-law, Larry Pearson. What's up, Larry?
Yeah, getting ready to go back to Super Bowl. Gonna do it one more time.
You must be buying the ticket.
We're gonna take it. Leave no doubt.
Hey,
you must be buying the ticket.
Hey, if he's going to the Super Bowl, let me know when you buy your tickets. I'll send some money. You can get mine the same time.
Hey,
I'm right here. Hold on.
If you ain't betting on KC, you're betting wrong.
I'm on Zoom.
And our Minister Henry Green is helping me out today. How's it going, Minister?
Good, man. How's everybody this evening?
I didn't know.
Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
We got the legendary Bruce Office in the studio with.
Yes, he is.
We'll hold it down. We'll hold it down. Got the right two in the audience today, boy. Me and you. We in the studio. All right, so we're gonna start this off while we're waiting on our pastor to come back. We're gonna start this off with some football. We know Larry got some football to talk about. Let's go with some football, Larry. What you got for us?
Like I said, I haven't seen this. Hey, I'm starting with Shedeur Sanders.
Yes.
I think Shedeur Sanders, they're going to keep him, but they need to trade him. They need to trade him and give him a fresh start. But I think Cleveland's going to keep him, and they're going to try to keep him on the bench. What's your thoughts?
Who's going first?
So let's go.
I'll just say I saw today where they traded the quarterback Terry Pickett. Yeah, they traded him to the Raiders. So that's one quarterback out, and Deshaun Watson, he's still hurt. So he had an Achilles tear last year, right? So he's not back yet. He's still on the injury, not available to play. So I don't know where that brings to Cora as far as on their depth chart. I guess that makes him like the number 3 quarterback.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they do.
And they still got Hunley
They
though.
trained the other boy today.
They got Hunley.
What did you say, Larry?
They still got Hunley. They signed.
Okay. Only got cut already. There's only 3 left. There's only
He got
3
cut.
left. Yeah. He was the first one that cut.
He played really good last game.
This was before they traded Pickett. Okay, Bishop, what you got? Let's hear
Well, listen, Cleveland is playing a very dangerous game of roulette. And what I mean by that, for those of you that understand how the game is played, they're trying to roll a marble as opposed to the dice. And I know the bottom line is this: you can either win or lose. Truth of the matter is that if they don't do something with Shedeur Sanders by his, I think, his 2nd or 3rd year, somebody's going to get Shedeur Sanders, and Cleveland's going to regret it. They're going to be business as usual in the hole, watching everybody else. They're going to be like Larry and his team, buying tickets to go to the Super Bowl like they always do every year.
Okay,
I know they got that out your mouth.
Okay.
Should they trade him or keep him?
Who's that? Shedeur?
Yeah.
I think they should trade him. Reason I say that, but the only thing is that, wow, it's going to be a bad business decision. I think we talked about it last time because he's played well enough that you can see that he has talent on the right team. But he's a 5th round draft selection. So what are they going to get for him? So you almost have to give him away. You can't trade a person that you drafted in the 5th round and think you're going to get a 2nd round pick or 2 seconds, even though he's worthy of that. You ain't going to get that. So either they're going to have to keep him on the bench because the young kid, Gabriel, looked good. I mean, he looks good. He's good enough to be the backup. So he looks good. So I would trade him and try to get something for it. Thing is, they're not going to get what he's worth unless someone sees, potential in him and say, we're going to help you out. We're going to give you a 2nd, or we're going to give you a 3rd and a 4th, something that you don't deserve, but we see potential. And that's the only way. But I think they should trade him. Here's the thing. They got 2 number 1s next year. So they got 2 number 1 draft picks. So I was just heard this the other day. They're not playing them to be their starter next year. That's the thing. They got Flacco now, and if he don't do it, then they're bringing one of these guys. But they're probably going to draft a quarterback unless these guys shine and do real good. They got 2 number 1s next year. So they can take those 2 number 1s, move up the board, and get Manning or somebody. You know what I mean? So,
Kendall, what's up?
Shedeur Sanders was the 2nd best quarterback in the draft behind Cam Ward, and he's playing better than all the quarterbacks. Although Dylan Gabriel played a really good game, Shedeur Sanders was playing a good game with a backup team against a first-team defense, and he was threading the needle. He is not a 5th round draft choice. We know this is a situation of collusion or whatever it is. For whatever reason, they're suppressing him, probably because of the demands of his father. I pray Cleveland makes the right decision and starts his kid mid-season, and he goes on to have a prosperous career. He's a pretty good quarterback, and we don't want to get into the sins of the father situation, which are not really sins, but it seems like, excuse me, Dion was telling them what they wanted, what he's going to do with his son. He would even enter, not my son. And I think they're going to show him a thing or two. But this kid is talented. So, why deprive the public of a great player that can play, that he can play the game,
But he has flaws, Kendall. He doesn't know how to recognize the pass rush. The Rams killed him. He got sacked 5 times. Wow. And that was the same Rams defense that the Gabriel drove him right down the field against that same Rams defense.
2 different offensive lines.
Yeah, I know. But the defense that when he came in, it wasn't even the Rams 1s out there though. But all I'm saying is he didn't recognize the pass rush. He got sacked 5 times, and that was the same thing that happened with him in college.
Hey,
And that's
Don
what that's his
Anderson,
glaring weakness.
Same thing. He had no offensive line in college either.
I
So they put him in the same situation he was in college. He played with
absolutely,
third and fourth round guys on the offensive line. What do you
bruh.
do?
But that was the
Practice
same,
team.
bruh. But that was the same thing in game 1, and he shined. You know.
Yep,
So the
Gabriel had a
thing is,
different
you have
offensive
to be
line in there.
consistent. You
And
have
game
to be
one,
consistent.
played against the number 1 defense,
Yeah, and he shined.
and he shined.
But this
why
last
didn't
game, that wasn't the ones from the Rams that
No,
sacked him 5 times. That wasn't the ones.
No, I'm saying that was the
Okay.
third that offensive line that he had protecting him. I don't know who the Rams had on
Yeah,
defense.
they didn't have. He came in. He wasn't playing against the ones against the Rams. They didn't have any of the ones out there.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying they should have gave Gabriel the same opportunity to play with the same offensive line that Shador played with, instead of giving him a good offensive line and putting Shador in a bad situation. That's all I say.
I agree.
Yeah, but I think Cleveland is the one that's stuck because they know he's the better player than what they drafted him at, and they know that they know that ain't nobody gonna give them first round picks.
Oh no.
Because fifth round draft, so they really stuck. They don't want to give him away for nothing because they know he's better than what they say. So I think Cleveland the one that's stuck.
Cleveland is the one that's stuck. I mean, recognize the talent. I mean, we can go back through history and find multiple players that were 4th, 5th, and 6th round picks. I mean, we call Tom Brady the GOAT. What number? Where was he drafted?
6th round.
6 or 7, something like that. Yeah.
My point, so you understand my point. They
Yeah,
could
we
be
do.
sitting on a gold mine and don't even realize it because they're so wrapped-tied and tangled in the hoopla and the hype that came with Sanders. I mean, I'm the GM of Cleveland. I got to wake up, and get the cobwebs off my mind. Am I trying to win a Super Bowl, or am I just trying to play the game to try to look good in the face of people? I'm trying to win.
I think this came from the top, man. I don't think this really got nothing to do with Cleveland.
Well, you know what I tell the top? Until you hand me a Super Bowl and Super Bowl rings, I'm gonna do what I need to do.
And I didn't want to say that I agree with what Bruce says, because if you look at it, all of us, nobody thought that he would at least be the number 2, number 3 pick in the draft, and he went all the way down to the 5th round. So there's so many teams that needed a quarterback, and they just bypassed them.
Right.
So it's something deeper than just what Cleveland's doing.
Right.
Even though Cleveland
And he was picked up. He was picked up by the team that was supposed to draft him. Yet they got him instead of the 1st round and got him in the 5th round. That's high. That's high level conspiracy.
Right. Better believe it. I don't think it got nothing to do with Cleveland. They did what
it's going to come back to bite him in the booty. I can tell you that now.
Right.
All right, Larry, got some more for us?
Shiloh Sanders getting cut for Tampa Bay.
Yes.
After he was ejected for a person grabbing his face mask and he throwing a punch. I mean, normally a flag should have came out and he should have been ejected for throwing a punch, but I don't think that calls for him being cut from the team.
Amen.
I think that was an excuse to have a reason to get rid of him without saying he just didn't make the team. Him and his brother, they both got shafted. Because anybody that knows football saw that play. This man, the play was long from over, and he was still dogging Sanders. I think that was a setup because they know the guy could get under his skin, and now they said, well, since you shot a punch, we got to get rid of you. Instead of letting it play out and say, well, you just going to get cut.
Because he was having a good preseason.
Yeah, but look how good we talk about Shador. And he in the same situation where they don't want him. If they don't want him, they don't want his brother either.
Didn't Shiloh get picked up by Pittsburgh Steelers?
Pittsburgh Steelers, yes.
Immediately.
They picked him up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was good and they just cut him for no reason.
No, there's a reason. It's a
There's
whole
a reason.
conspiracy
Yeah,
behind them.
He threw
We
a
just don't
punch,
see it.
he threw a
but
punch.
if you good at if they think you good,
But yeah, but they don't think he's great. You can't be marginal. He wasn't even an All-American in college. I mean, you guys are stuck on this. You guys are stuck on this conspiracy theory. He wasn't even an All-American in college. I
why
mean, it's
did
not like
Pittsburgh
he's
pick him up
Dion.
then?
He's not like he's Dion. But you said you can look over glaring weaknesses or personality things if you're great. I mean, if he was his father, look what they put up with Dion. He ain't Dion. And his
True.
head coach, if you seen his head coach when he threw that punch, he was on the sideline, he was just shaking his head. He was shaking his head because his father's the one who pulled strings to get him there. And now he's like, what the heck? So, but
Yeah,
like
but
Kendall said, he got picked up by another brother. He got picked up by Tomlin in Seattle.
And I want to throw something in there.
I mean, not Seattle, and Pittsburgh.
They had his father's shadow over him, but remember, Shiloh the one that went and got another agent and
Yeah.
moved away from his father?
Yes.
Which I
Yeah.
thought that was
Yeah.
a smart move. Unfortunately, how did that play out?
A better opportunity than being under
Yeah.
him.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean?
he
They don't
quietly
see him.
got drafted, and then he publicly got kind of put out. But I'm hoping that he works well with Tomlin's good with people like that. So I could see him having a great season, a great few seasons at Pittsburgh. So
Did you see Tomlin just cut the D back that didn't want to go in for the final? He didn't want to go in for the final snap. He said, if you refuse one snap, you refuse the whole system, and we don't have that here.
there you
He
go.
cut him on the spot. We ain't talking about that. He
Come
cut him on
on
the
now.
spot. One snap. He refused to go in for the final play, the final snap, and he cut him.
Who's that?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Wow, the discipline in the NFL.
Tomlin said, we don't play that.
There you go. And he doesn't. Come on, Larry. What else?
Okay, joining us a little late, Anthony McLean, one of our legends.
All
We're
right.
talking about Shador. What do you think? Should he get cut, or is he going to get cut? Is he being done?
Well, as of right,
We started with that. Then we went to his brother. What do you think
Bro-
about his brother too?
yeah.
Throw that in.
Again, knowing the scrutiny that you're going through, you got to. I mean, I'm not saying it's got to be perfect, but let's face it, they're looking for an excuse to not really give the Sanders kids a fair shake, and he didn't help himself. It's a shame because situations like that, they happen in practice, they happen in games. I'm glad to see that it didn't hurt him. I think he'll be fine with the Steelers.
Yeah.
He's going to a coach that doesn't take any mess, and he's going to a defensive-minded coach, so he'll be fine. I was listening to you guys talking about Shador. Yeah, he definitely needs to get out of Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland is just the organization is just a mess. They're absolute mess right now. Counting these three guys, have gone through 43 quarterbacks since they were resurrected back in 1999, and this speaks more of the organization more than anything else. When you've had guys like, Trent Dilfer and Jeff Garcia and Spurgeon Wynn and Brady Quinn, it's once it's a mistake, twice it's a whatever, third time it's a problem. It's a problem.
30 and 40.
Yeah, the 40th time, it's like, okay, come on. But yeah, I hope let's put it this way. I hope he's at least gets the opportunity to put something on film so that people can see what kind of talent he is. The whole thing, basically getting the eighth string offensive line when he came in there. It's ironic. Every last one of those guys that was on the line in the game on Saturday were cut the next day. They cut them even before the final cuts today.
All of them except for one.
What's that?
All of them except for one.
Yeah, I think one of them. I think they even put him on the IR just so he could, whatever.
Squad, right?
I just go on the
Yeah,
IR. Ain't nothing wrong with you.
yeah.
Just because your
Well,
toes hurt, that ain't
well,
no
to be hon-
IR.
to be hon- to be honest with you, I'm still trying to figure out the injury he allegedly had in Game 2.
His ego. That was
No,
it.
no. Well, maybe. I mean, it was. It's. I thought it was interesting that he came up that he had this oblique injury for Game 2, and they let Gabriel start. Pretty
Mhm.
much the whole game. But yeah, it's they've been playing games. Unfortunately, they've been playing games with this kid from day one, and it's a shame because I think he's going to be. I think both the Sanders kids are going to be pretty decent pros if they're given the opportunity to play.
I think so.
I mean, I'll say. Go ahead.
Did everybody shine in on that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so Larry, what else you got for us?
Yes, Jimmy Jones. Do you think that's just off the chain with him and Parsons that he got so personal that I think it's gonna play out the whole season because he got something to prove and all this that he put on TV, he just can't back down and pay him and just let it go like that. I think he got too much there's too much behind that personal stuff that it's gonna play out for the whole year.
I don't know.
It's one of those things where if he misses, let's say he misses the first 2 games, and they miss the playoffs by a game. Jerry's gonna look like an awful fool if that winds up happening because I'm not saying that they're gonna win the Super Bowl or anything like that, but they've got a chance to at least be a playoff team. And now with him not being there, this just adds to it. Unless and you got to figure no one's gonna really rise up and be able to do what he's able to do. But yeah, when Jerry's made for whatever reason. Jerry's made this one personal, and and unfortunately, it's becoming like a every other year thing now. Whether it's Lamb or whether it's Dak or whatever, but now it may cost this team a playoff berth if this persists the way it does.
Let me ask you a question. How old is Jerry Jones right now?
In dog years?
Well, no. Let's start with human years. We'll get the dog years later. 80 something?
He's up there.
Yeah,
I think he's about 83.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not saying this happens to everybody, but there comes a space and time when your mindset starts playing games with you. And I think he's at that stage. He thinks he's bigger than he really is. And the truth of the matter is, Jerry, you're doing more harm than you're doing good. Somebody needs to remove you as an owner if they can.
But he's just as big as he thinks he is.
No, he thinks he's that big. Don, he thinks that, but he's only that big because nobody has confronted him as of yet. Because he's doing just enough. I think he's doing enough just to annoy the team, but not enough to annoy the league.
Yeah. Let's go with Bob real quick and come back to this Dallas story. Come on, Bob, what you got?
All right, got a lot for you. What the big, I only give you guys one shot at the big sports news was today. And that was the Chiefs' Travis Kelce getting engaged to singer Taylor Swift today after 2 years of being together, and everybody's happy for them. So good luck. 49ers, DeMarcus Robinson suspended for the first 3 games this season after no contest for a DUI charge. He violated some league policy. San Fran running back Matt Breida plans to retire after 7 seasons in the NFL. The Jets, last year's third-round pick, Colin Connolly. The Giants released quarterback Tommy DeVito today. The Buccaneers waived safety Shiloh Sanders after he was ejected for throwing a punch during the team's preseason game against the Bills. The Browns, Shadir Sanders, he made the Browns roster despite struggling in Saturday's preseason game, and I understand he'll be the third-string quarterback this season. The Raiders, Cleveland also sent quarterback Kenny Pickett to the Raiders for a 5th-round pick next year. Veteran wide receiver Amari Cooper is signed with Las Vegas to a one-year deal. Raiders quarterback Aiden O'Connell will miss 6 to 8 weeks with a broken wrist. The Vikings trade Sam Howell to the Eagles and signed Carson Wentz. Philly wide receiver Johnny Wilson is out for the season. He has to have knee and ankle surgery. Texans running back Joe Mixon to miss 4 games due to an ankle injury. The Commanders and Terry McLaurin agreed to a 3-year, $96 million contract extension.
Yes.
Washington also traded running back Brian Robinson to the 49ers for a 6th-round pick in 2026. The Bengals trade Hendrickson, a pass rusher, will get $30 million this season. On to baseball. Fairfield, Connecticut Nationals finished 3rd at the Little League World Series in Williamsport. They had a good run. Chinese Taipei beat on Sunday in the championship game, 7-0. And on to the MLB. Yankees, Red Sox, Mets all won last night. Cal Raleigh, catcher for the Mariners, has 50 home runs. The Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani, and Phillies, Kyle Schwarber, have 45. The Yankees, Aaron Judge, with 40. Phillies pitcher Zach Wheeler needs surgery. He's out for the rest of the season. So is the Rangers pitcher Nathan Eovaldi. He has rotator cuff strain, and he's also out for the season. Angels manager Ron Washington, who's 73 years old, he looks to return next season after undergoing bypass heart surgery. WNBA tonight, Storm Fever, Mercury Sparks, Connecticut Sun are in action tomorrow night against the Wings. The Lynx, Napisha Collier, is back after missing 7 games from an ankle injury. The Fever's Caitlin Clark becomes a Nike signature athlete with a shoe coming out next year. At the U.S. Open in New York, Yannick Sinner wins his first-round match in the men's. Ingrid Swiatek in the women's. Their first-round winners, Coco Gauff and Naomi Osaka, are in action tonight. And Venus Williams, I watched a little bit of her match last night. She lost in 3 sets, but played pretty good. And that's all the sports I got for you, Donald.
Thank Bob. Thank you. We appreciate you, Bob.
Yes, sir. Have a good
Appreciate
one.
you guys, too.
All right, Bob.
All right, Bob. All right, so this is a Big Don production, and Kingdom Medium International proudly presents the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase. And it's going to be at the Music Back that theater. But anyhow, the Performing Arts on Saturday, October the 4th, 2025. And the tickets are $20. And some of the people that are performing are the Gospel Favorite Chosen by God, Rose Cloud, Calvin Cooper, Yvette Early, Charlotte Williams, and Kevin Monroe, and Devotion. And also we have a special honoree that's going to be honored. The doctor, the bishop, Ernest Richardson, is going to be honored that night. So please come on out. That's going to be October the 4th, 2025. And it's at 5. The doors open at 5:30 and it starts at 6 o'clock.
Amen.
Amen.
Great, great. Our very own bishop. All right, so you got some more for? Well, let's go back to Dallas because we wasn't done with that subject. So let's go back to Dallas.
Yeah,
So,
Jerry Jones is going to be 83 on October the 14th.
He's starting to show his age.
Let's here in the stadium because studio because Bruce is one of our biggest Dallas fans that we have.
Yeah, but then Jerry just being Jerry, man. I mean, you can't really never say what Jerry gonna do, but everybody know he's stubborn, and this is one of the things that he do every year. It's either CD Lamb or Dak. This is what he do. So we'll see how far it goes, but he only hurting the team. That's one of them cases where you say you don't cut off your nose to spite your face.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So what do you say, Pastor? On that?
Well, I mean, yeah, they made this one kind of personal. With the CD Lamb, they really didn't have a lot of conversation. But this one, they had a lot of conversation. And Michael Parsons said it's not even about the money. He said he made him an offer that made him the highest paid non-quarterback in league, and they refused it. So Parsons said it's about more than the money. So when you get to that point, you're pretty close to an impasse. And I know everyone's seen the picture of Parson laying on the bench without even the Cowboy jersey on, laying there during the game, sleep. So, he's pretty much saying, hey, why am I here? I don't want to be here. So this one's gotten ugly. So we can see. I wouldn't be surprised, I wouldn't be surprised if he, because Jerry's not going to trade him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he set out the whole year.
What do you say, Kendall?
I think there's a big mistake here. This guy's a disruptor. This guy's a top 3 player. This is something that happens quite often. It happened with Dak Prescott. It happened with that receiver. It just happened. It just does it. Tony Romo will get a big contract. Tell you that. Immediately. I'm not looking at what it looks like, but this guy is a top 3 defensive player, and they literally have this show on TV called Netflix, and I've been watching it. I'm actually on episode 7. I just watched the Deion Sanders episode, and I'm looking at the personalities of the Dallas Cowboys. Do you know if Dallas Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl, playing against the Kansas City Chiefs, who's also doing a show called The Kingdom, it will be the highest watched Super Bowl probably in the history of Super Bowl, because Dallas has like a whole nation behind them. And this guy has the potential to put his best player, talent-wise, on the field, and he's leaving him on the sidelines. Bottom line, he's the best player on the Dallas Cowboys on the last year of his contract. It seems like in the NFL, that's how they negotiate certain things. What's the problem?
Minister Henry, you got any comments on this?
Yeah, Jerry, he did that with Dak, and he wound up paying a lot more money than he had to, because now I don't know when him and Parson made the verbal agreement, but then Myles Garrett, he got paid, and then T.J. Watts from Pittsburgh, he got paid. So if he would have signed them maybe early, he probably would have to pay less. But now he's going to outpay them guys in order to bring Parsons in. So hopefully before Thursday, next Thursday, when the season starts against the Eagles, they'll have that worked out. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Did I get you already, Bishop?
Yes, you did already, and I talked about.
What about you, Larry? You got something to say on the subject? I know it's your subject.
I think it's at an impasse now where too much has been said for it to end peacefully before the season starts. I think Jerry Jones have to take some of that stuff back. He said, I think it's not going to end nicely, because Jerry Jones got too much. He's like he think he's God almost. He think like he controls everything. And if this gonna make him look bad, that he's giving in, and like he said, he don't have to do anything. He don't have to pay him for 3 years. I don't think he's gonna pay him, not this year.
You think Jerry Jones gonna take something back?
No.
You believe that?
What'd you say, Anthony? 83? Come on, them old school, old timers.
Yeah, you believe that?
83? You gonna take something back? Come on, man.
Yeah, this is like Dwayne Thomas territory going here now. When it got crazy like this. So I know some of the younger folks are like, who's Dwayne Thomas?
Number 33 for the Cowboys before Tony Dorsett. I remember Dwayne Thomas.
They don't know nothing about Dwayne Thomas or Tony Dorsett.
Dwayne Thomas was he the MVP or Roger Staubach MVP in that Super Bowl?
They won the very first one. It was Roger Staubach.
Yeah. But he was in the backfield.
Oh yeah. He, and for those, just to bring a full closure, he had a dispute with Tex Stram back during the 72 season. Didn't speak to the media, didn't speak to the coaches, and then it got just really bad. Got worse in that next training camp. He wound up getting traded to the Chargers. Wow. And they had to renege on the trade because he didn't get along with the Chargers. I think eventually he wound up playing for Washington, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
But yeah, it got that's the ugliest one that I remember. At least with Emmett, Emmett had won a Super Bowl.
Still there?
Did we
No,
lose?
something happened.
Oh,
He
I was
looked like he was frozen.
I want to know what's going on with Tyler Booker.
He played.
I haven't heard nothing. I haven't
Played
watched
good,
it.
man.
He
He
played?
played. Yeah, he played the second game, and
Uh-huh.
he played good. And they said they don't need to put him out there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
he
way that
played-
went?
Yeah, he played
Anybody
good.
else got a comment on Tyler Booker? Because I didn't see it.
No, just praying for the brother, hoping as he's a New Haven native, I want to see him do well. Not a Cowboy fan, but I'm a Tyler Booker fan. Just want to see him do well. That's it.
Yeah, I was looking for the preseason game they played. I forgot the last one they played. No, I didn't see him out there. I was looking. I was actually
He
looking
didn't
for him. I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he
I don't
didn't
know.
play the last one. He played the second one.
Yeah, I know he played the second one, but yep.
And Bruce, if it makes you feel any better, I'll watch a couple of Cowboy games if I know he's going to play.
What's your thought, Henry?
Yeah, well, he played really good in game 2. They kept him out in game 3 because most of the starters didn't really play because that was the last preseason game. So I don't know if he's going to start or not.
No.
Because the other guy that they got from Miami,
he started.
beat him out. As far as I know, as far as starting, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Larry?
The
On Booker?
guy they got from Miami's going to start.
Booker, I think he's coming. I don't think he's ready quite yet.
Nope.
I think by mid-season, I think he'll be ready. Or if somebody gets hurt, he'll jump in. But I don't think he's going to start off the season.
Nope.
All right. So you got some more for us, Larry? Or?
Yes. With these late add-ons, like McLaurin coming back to the Redskins, I think it's going to hurt him. I think he's been out too long. I think the timing is going to be a little bit off. They might drop a game because of that. I also think Cincinnati going to cost them a couple of games because Hendricks just got back, and I think the defense is not together yet. And I also think the Rams is going to start off slow because the quarterback situation, he's playing okay right now. But after you get knocked around a few times, we're going to see. And those are three I think we got to look out for the beginning of the season.
Rams started off slow last year, and where they end up. Think about it.
I mean, but last year they didn't talk about the quarterback. They didn't talk about
you're right
his
about
injury.
that,
They didn't
but
talk about none of that.
I'm looking at the general overall team. The Rams became a factor around week 6 or 7, somewhere around that neighborhood. San Francisco started falling off. The Rams started charging forward, and then the next thing you know, I won't bring up the face mask in the end zone. I'll leave that part out. But they did well. I'm picking at Dr. Teague when I say that.
We good. Well, I think that I don't think that the late signing. I don't think the late signing is going to bother them. I think Terry McLaurin and the quarterback has a good chemistry. I think they're going to be just fine. CeeDee Lamb did the same thing, and he came back last year. Henderson's going to be fine. He's an edge rusher. He's the only person they got on the defense anyway. Long as he stayed in shape, same thing. Joey Bosa came back game 1, signed right before the game, got off the bus and played, so he's going to be just fine.
But you're talking about a poor defensive line, though.
Yeah, but he's all they got. I mean, yeah, Cincinnati, that's all they got. The rest of them stink anyway. But, yeah, they needed him. But the Rams, don't underestimate their coach. They're not going to rely on their quarterback. They got the running back. Their offensive line is rebuilt. They got 3 tight ends, and they got great wide receivers. And their wide receivers blocked. So I think they're going to be – and they got a great defense. Yeah. I think they're going to be just fine. But they definitely need Stafford if they plan on going, anywhere as far as contending. But I think they'll be okay because he's not going to rely on the quarterback. Their coach is good. I mean, he's gonna run that zone read option, play. Their running play and their pass play looks alike, and that's what they build on. They run it, and then they run those sweeps with the quarterbacks, and they just run those quick outs. I mean, with the wide receiver, they're gonna be fine. But I will say, Kansas City though, you keep missing over that, man. I don't know, man.
Kansas City, hey, they already there. They already there.
Yeah, he don't bring that one up, Bruce. I'll tell you, man. We don't talk about Kansas
About
City.
what? About what? They already projected to be in the
They
Super
just got
Bowl.
beat by the Bears. He got beat by the Bears in preseason, man. Come on, man.
Hey, Kansas City got out there with the #1, scored
I
2
know.
touchdowns, and let
I
them
saw
go.
it, Larry. They look just fine. I just got to get you. Yeah.
One thing is for sure, they
They'll
can't
stink,
play
though.
on the edge like they did last year because it won't be the same outcome. That's for sure. They better be better than they were. They got to be 2 steps better than they were last year. They don't have a choice.
Can we
They've
finish
been in
this
the Super Bowl
conversation
5 times in 6 years.
Kendall, what's your thought on it?
On which? I have a bunch of questions I'd like to answer. First, I'll answer the Booker question because you missed me on that one. I think that he will be a solid 10 to 15-year-old vet on the offensive line, and he will emerge as the most successful person from Connecticut to play in the NFL because he's playing an offensive line position. Offensive line has a long lifespan in there. You know,
Hey, Kendall, I just want to say this. Remember Floyd Little?
I was
Floyd
about to
Little.
say that.
Floyd
I
Little
was
had
about to
a
say
great
that.
career.
well, whoops. Wait a minute.
I throw Floyd Little
Oops.
under the bus.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
Oops.
That's all right. You're
All right.
you're entitled to that one, man.
Let's go with this generation.
You have
Let's go
to
with this
named
generation.
after him. That's
I
all.
was about to say that.
I think he'll have
Throw
a
Floyd
good
Little under
career.
the bus.
Now McLaren, for Washington, it's not that bad for a wide receiver if you're running. You know what I mean? You know, if you're running
Yeah.
your routes, the good thing about a wide receiver holding out is that you're not getting hit in the preseason. You'll be nice and fresh. For Micah Parsons, it's bad because he needs the timing. The game moves pretty quickly, you know. So I think these signings is holding that stuff out. It's gonna hurt them, but I think Washington got it done, and I just think that they're going to be formidable in the NFC East.
Yeah. No doubt.
And before you go on,
I
Kendall,
think what helps. I think what's also helping is that the season doesn't start until next Thursday, so they still got another week or so.
Yeah, you can get in good game shape. Yeah,
and we don't know what he was doing off. We don't know what he was doing off season. What kind of shape he's actually in.
Well, as far as we know, he wasn't sharing a hamburger with Parsons, so he should be okay.
Yeah.
So we go.
He's a pro. He was probably working out.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
Kendall, I would agree with you with Parsons, but he one of them guys that don't have no position where he line up.
I know.
So it don't make no difference about him on his timing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He constantly moving. Anybody else, like you said, specifically they defensive end or linebacker, I can see that. But this guy like that, Lawrence Taylor type, where he all over.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what I see him. He's a disruptor. You don't know where he's coming from. You got to know where he's at on the field. He makes a difference.
Well, we definitely know where he is now. He on the sideline.
on the bench, please.
He got 2 weeks, really.
Yeah, you got to get him in the fold, man. You know.
Yeah.
You got any thoughts on that, Henry?
Oh, I already gave my thoughts on.
Okay, is everybody covered? Did I get you, Anthony? Anthony, I get you on that subject?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, everybody's covered. All right.
Yes.
What else you got, Larry, for us?
Last question. MVP of the NFL
Okay.
this year is going to be Patrick Mahomes.
I agree.
Again.
Yeah, unfortunately, I agree too.
I agree.
Unfortunately, I agree. He's in top shape. He's one of them, Michael Jordan kind of thing. Guys, he got embarrassed last year. And I just think, they're throwing the bombs this year. They got fast wide receivers. They said we ain't doing this dunk and duck next year. We going for the kill this year. If their defense can hold up, they're going to be But I agree. I think Pat Mahomes is going to be MVP this year. I agree.
Yeah, but they got Rice back too, so that's gonna help tremendously.
I disagree.
They got Rice back.
Who you got for MVP?
I'm going with Lamar Jackson, MVP. And the reason being, I mean, that offense, you know, their defense has been improved. Their secondary, their special teams is improved. If Lamar Jackson plays the kind of game he's capable of playing, and if they use Henry the way they're supposed to use him, this guy is going to be a different breed of player this year. So I'm going with Lamar Jackson.
They say that every year.
Yeah, his coaches might prevent him from doing that.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to find out.
And,
We got
what do you got on
10
that,
days
Kendall?
to wait.
But
That's how-
what we're going to take from him is a running back. It's going to take some his stop.
Well, and that's fine, but when he's needed, that must have play that,
But
you know,
MVP, he's not going to get it. Watch.
Mahomes ain't gonna do it by himself. Kelsey's getting a little older. And
The
then
good thing
I'm
about
not sure what Kelsey has for, because I know they traded one of their receivers, and he was kind of I can't think of his name. It'll come to me like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, they traded him because he can't catch the ball.
That's right. He was
They-
dropping the
he
ball.
couldn't catch the ball. He missed him in preseason. He missed him last year, and so they got rid of him. They traded him.
So, prime here. Bottom line is, I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson, and if I'm wrong, it won't be the first time.
I know that. We
He
know
got 3
that.
of them.
What about you, Henry? Who you going to go with on this?
Well, Patrick Mahomes, he's the best quarterback in the game. So it wouldn't surprise me if he won it. And like Pastor said, you know, he got embarrassed in the Super Bowl. So I really expect Kansas City to really come back. I believe they revamped their offensive line.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So Anthony, you answered that question?
Yeah, I think it'll be Mahomes, but you know, don't be surprised if Jaden Daniels, now that McLaurin's healthy, maybe he makes a little bit of noise too after that with that second season.
What about you, Kendall?
I think Jaden McDaniels and Joe Burrows will throw up stats that if there were no such thing as a Josh Allen, who will be third, or Lamar Jackson, who's going to get 4,000 yards and try to get 1,000 yards rushing, along with Derrick Henry getting 1,000-yard rushing. But I believe the problem is going to be Patrick Mahomes throwing for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns to make it to the Super Bowl to be the MVP in the NFL.
What do you think, Legend?
I think it's a good possibility that Mahomes can get it, but I think what really needs to happen is who Joe Burrow need to show up and show out this year. Because I think he got the most pressure on him than every quarterback in the league because they always let him at the top without him showing anything other than, 4 years ago he was in the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
He got to show up and show out because they've been giving him too much props, you know, and plus he got all of his offense back. And with the draft picks that Cincinnati been getting, the defense should be ready to step up now. You know what I mean? So that was their weak link, and they should have been drafting nothing but defense. So these 3 or 4 years that they've been having problems making the playoffs, it's time for him to show his worth now.
All right, I got a quick question here. One got to go. Let's start with you, Larry, on that one. I'm just throwing that in there. That you
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
I said.
One got to go.
Wow.
Not that hard. Not even that hard.
Jalen got to go off the bus.
Man, y'all got to be crazy.
Who got to go?
Jalen.
You gonna pick a man out? You gonna kick a man out that got rings and go by what
Jalen
talent?
got to go.
Joe Burrow got to go.
Joe Burrow's out of there, man.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow's a proven.
Nah.
If he had a defense,
Jalen Hurts got to go. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Let Minister Henry get his. I go around. Everybody get their turn.
I have to say Joe Burrow got to go. I'm going out of that list. Out of them 4, if I had to take one, Joe Burrow.
Gotta believe it.
What about you, Kendall?
Joe Joe Burrow's out of there. Even though, like I say, he's a great quarterback with 4,000 yards, but he's going to go ahead up against a guy. Josh Allen's going to get 4,000 yards in the air. He's going to get 2,500 yards on the ground. Pat Mahomes going to give you 5,000 yards in the air and 50 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts is going to give you the tush push, and he's going to be back in the Super Bowl. So I think Joe Burrow, although he's a great quarterback, the only one that's missing out of this is Lamar Jackson, but Joe Burrow's got to go.
So what do you say, Pastor?
Oh no, Jalen Hurts is it's a no-brainer. All three of those other quarterbacks are better than Jalen Hurts. And the thing is, Lamar Jackson should have been there and played Hurts, and it would have been a great question. But no, that's a no-brainer.
So Bishop, what you got?
I'm going Joe Burrow's out. He hasn't proven anything except for the fact that he could beat Patrick Mahomes on a couple of occasions. That ain't saying nothing because even when he beat him, Mahomes still went to the Super Bowl. See you later, Jeff.
Well, what do you say?
I don't understand how people can be down on the guy that's doing what he's paid to do, not relying on the talent that people, oh, he got talent, he's capable of. I'm going with the man that got rings on his fingers. He done been there 2 out of 3 years, and you still want to get rid of him? Where this guy that you want to keep can't even make the playoffs. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Great point.
I don't get it.
Like I
It depends on the ring. It's about the ring.
Let me speak.
Go ahead, Larry.
I can tell you from experience, one of the best quarterbacks ever, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning used to run things. He got 2 Super Bowls, but he should have much more. He's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. And going up against him was like pure, he was a coach on the field. And you can say he ain't got 4 Super Bowls. He kept losing the Patriots. And he was one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
Listen,
and just like Burrow is an actual quarterback that can do it. He can make it work. Okay. If Jalen had to do what he does with no offensive line, you'll see different results. As far as being a quarterback,
to the Super Bowl,
I would take Joe Burrow all day over Jalen Hurts.
But that's why we're the 2 football guys, and we both see a no-brainer. No-brainer. You could put your helmet on and came out there and played for Crofton. I tell you, we can play.
Hey, listen. I respect the fact that you're football guys. The main thing I'm throwing at, if I'm going by performance, what I see with my eyes,
don't matter.
Burrow's got to go.
Yeah, that's good. That's your opinion.
And he's got the number. He's
how
got,
many times last year you
hold on. Let me say this, Larry. On top of this, and let's watch him closely this year. He's got the number 2 or 3 receiver, and his secondary receiver is in the top 10. So let's see what he does. All right. Those 4 quarterbacks. Here we go again.
Hey, I can stay back here for 15 minutes and make a couple passes. I can do that.
Philly has one of the best rosters in the NFL.
They do.
Philly has one of the best rosters in the NFL and probably the second best running back in the NFL. So, I mean, it ain't like he got a scrub team that's going to the Super Bowl and the best defense in the NFL.
Yes. Bishop, 8 straight finals, he still can't beat Jordan out in your mind. Why?
Well, 8 straight finals is good. Here's my question.
Because he don't have the ring.
How many of those 8 did he win? How many?
See, that's my point. That's my point.
You know what? We never remember second place. Don, we never remember second place. Who won?
Putting Joe Burrows up there. That's what I'm
saying. You know what, Don? It's all about talent. It's all about talent.
He was MVP of the Super Bowl, and if he hadn't got unlucky that first Super Bowl, he'd have been MVP of that one too.
He sure would have. I agree with that.
I'm talking about pure quarterback talent.
I agree with that. I agree with both of those.
We're talking about
he should have had 2 MVPs. I agree with that.
Exactly.
But even with 2 MVPs, I still wouldn't pick him with 2 MVPs. If he would have won both of those, I still wouldn't pick him over Patrick Mahomes.
Never.
I'm not saying over Patrick
Don't
Mahomes.
forget, yes, but you are saying that. You're saying, hold up, but you're saying that. You're saying that he has an MVP and he won the Super Bowl, so that's why you're picking him over Joe Burrow. But I just said if he would have had 2 MVPs and 2, although let me finish. I'm saying if he had 2 MVPs and 2 Super Bowls, you said you wouldn't pick him over Patrick Mahomes. You're saying the same thing, and you use an argument in 2 different ways.
Let me say what I'm saying. I can say it better than anybody. Let me say what
Okay.
I'm
Hey,
All right.
if you had to go to Dallas, if they're going to Dallas, who would you take? Josh? I mean, who would you take? Burrows? Or would you take Hurts? If they're going to Dallas, who would you take?
I'm taking Hurts.
Okay.
Let me explain
And you
that.
lose.
Let me
You
explain that.
with Dallas's roster and Hurts, you might as well stay with that.
You're not much better with
You'll
Burrows
be in the
at
same
Dallas.
place you are now.
Joe Burrow's got 2 of the best receivers
Or
in
worse.
the league.
Yep.
Your boy Joe Burrow got 2 of the best receivers.
2 of the best.
And his offense is up there.
He didn't even make the playoffs.
Because his defense stinks.
He hits over 35 points a game. They make 35 points a game.
But they blame it on
Bruce, his defense stinks.
they had teams running over 200
Bruce,
yards.
his defense stinks. Their defense stinks, Bruce. You can't win a football game without defense.
I don't deny that. What I'm
You ever heard that? You ever heard that saying defense wins Super Bowls? Their defense stinks.
I agree, but what I'm saying
The
is
Chiefs won their last 2 Super Bowls and got to the Super Bowl last year on the strength of their defense. Wasn't their offense.
I agree with you.
Yeah, offense.
We agree
Stunk.
with you.
All right.
I'm saying is, when you got teams that run over 200 yards on Dallas and Dallas lose, they still blame it on Dak.
That's right.
Well, they shouldn't. But now we had that conversation last year. It wasn't Dak's fault that they can't stop nobody.
I'm
But
saying,
Dak ain't scoring no touchdowns neither. They ain't scoring 30 points a game.
Oh, you what? I'm sorry, I got a 7 o'clock Zoom meeting.
38 points and lost 42-38 because the defense couldn't stop nobody.
How many times Dallas scored over 30 this year? Last year.
And went ahead and the defense gave up the game. And people still blaming on that.
How many times Dallas scored over 30 last year?
Plenty of time. Look it up.
I'll look it up for you. And that's not the case.
Bottom line is this: we have our opinion. My opinion is Joe Burrow's got to
They
go.
played the last 6 games.
How many times did Dallas score over 30 points last year?
At the end of the day, for me personally, Joe Burrows is on his way out.
Okay, that's cool. There you go.
That's
Ain't
it.
no crime.
No. I mean, and if I'm dead wrong, guess what? That's just
You
what
are, but that's okay. It's your opinion.
That's exactly what it is. My opinion.
Put my money on the man that
Dallas scored 30 points last
That's all
year.
I'm
All right. All right.
He's been there 2 out of 3 years. Peyton Manning ain't never
How many
been to Super
times Dallas
Bowl.
scored 30 points
Hey,
last
so,
year?
okay. All right, Bruce. So now you're saying that Jalen Hurts is better than Peyton Manning?
You got how many rings?
Oh no, that's not the question. I asked you, are you saying that Jalen Hurts is better than Peyton Manning?
I'm saying he made his opportunity.
Are you saying that he's better than? Don't dodge it, man. Answer the
That's a
question.
joke.
Answer the question. Answer the question. You stuttering, man. Is he better? Is he better than Peyton Manning? Yes or no?
I'm sorry, he's not.
Okay.
He's not.
All right.
Jalen Hurts is not better than Peyton Manning.
Okay.
15 years.
Okay, Bruce.
He
All
on
right,
dog
baby.
food.
I'm sorry.
You better stop drinking that. You better stop drinking that Kool-Aid out the brook, man.
That's a shame. Jalen Hurts is not better than Peyton Manning.
On Joe Burrow.
Jalen, no, you said Peyton Manning. All right, gentlemen, I got to go. I got a Zoom meeting at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
All right. Lord bless you.
You said that Hurts is better than Peyton Manning.
Not
in one
even
lifetime.
Close. Not even close.
I said I would pick him over Peyton Manning because how many times Peyton Manning been in the Super Bowl 2 out of 3 years? How many times did he do that?
Oh, wow. You talking about Peyton Manning. You talking about one of the best quarterbacks ever.
How many years did Peyton Manning play in the NFL?
15, 16.
How many rings do we have? How many rings do we have?
He
What
has
did the GOAT
two.
say about Peyton Manning? What did the GOAT say about Peyton Manning?
We going by what we win, and we not about anybody. His
What did the GOAT say about Peyton Manning? The best quarterback ever. What did he say about Peyton Manning?
Yours. What we care about what somebody else said. My eyes.
Yeah, I got to give credit where credit's due. Peyton Manning was an absolute field general. You can't take that away from him. And it didn't matter if he played with Baltimore or played with Denver. He did what he needed to do with the talent that he had. I mean, him and Reggie Wayne was a connection, man. If you didn't hear that every week, you'd think something was wrong.
Well, why they didn't win? Why they didn't win?
Well, they won. I think they went once and they lost. No, they won.
Yeah, they lost.
He got 2 rings.
Didn't they win with Tony Dungy? Peyton Manning was there then. Yeah, and then he went to Denver and won.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, but I'm saying 2 times in 15 years, and he the
That's
best.
quite all right. Some people never get there.
They ain't considered the best either.
What did Dan Marino,
as great as Dan Marino was, how many times did he get to the
That's
Super Bowl?
right. Dan Marino's another great quarterback.
Who's calling him the best ever?
No, I'm not calling him the best ever. Dan Marino was a great quarterback, but he just couldn't get to the big one. Tony Romo was a decent quarterback.
If Hurst retired today, they wouldn't rank him in no top 10, no top 20.
All he had to do is say, put your fingers out. That's like Bill Russell do.
We're hitting that 7 o'clock hour. I didn't give Minister Henry a chance to talk about any of his topics. You got one you want to throw in there before we go on?
I don't know. You know what, man? I don't want to hold the guys up. It's fine, man.
I ain't going nowhere except to dinner.
We ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere except to dinner.
I'll just give you guys one. We'll just go once. I won't hold you guys. So I don't know if you guys heard or not, but the Chicago Bulls, they're going to retire the jersey of Derrick Rose on January 24th. Mm-hmm. So when I looked at that, right, so when I looked it up, so Chicago Bulls only had 4 players so far that they retired their jersey. Well, you know Michael Jordan is one. Then it was Jerry Salone, Bob Love, and Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
And so then I looked, and then there was 3 other Bull players that were really great players. 2 of them are Hall of Famers, and their jerseys have never been retired. One is Chet Walker, one is Artis Gilmore. Both of them 2 guys played for Chicago Bulls, had great careers with Chicago. And the other one, he didn't make the Hall of Fame, but he was a 7-time All-Star, Norm Van Leer.
Yeah.
So,
remember him and John.
Just you guys' opinions. If Derrick Rose gets his jersey retired, do you guys think it's a slap in the face to Artis Gilmore and Chet Walker, who are Hall of Famers, but they didn't get their jerseys retired? That's I don't know what you guys think about that.
I definitely think it's a slap in the face.
I got to think about
it.
Because Rose's first 5 years, they thought he was the best player on the planet before he got hurt.
Yep.
Before Rose got hurt, it wasn't nothing he couldn't do.
Yeah,
he lit it up his first 5 years before he got hurt.
Yeah.
You know, and they thought he was good. They thought he was better than MJ.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He was big in Chicago,
but
and then he got hurt. Then his career changed. But his first 5 years, you look at the stats.
Yeah, if you compare his, I believe if you compare his stats.
Plus, he was one of the youngest MVPs that ever played.
That's right. He was killing people.
Chet Walker never averaged under 20 points with Chicago. So, you know, I'm just saying, if you look at the stats, him and their stats are pretty similar.
But when you look at him play, everybody thought he was. They never seen nothing like it.
Okay.
And Bob Love
was his first 5 years. He played great. You know.
Could have been Bob Love.
Yeah, Bob Love. His jersey is
great job, man.
There's only 4 Chicago Bulls right now that have their jerseys retired, and that is, you know, of course, Jordan and Scottie Pippen, Jerry Sloan, and Bob Love. Them the 4 players.
Bob Love up there, all right.
Yeah, right, he's up there. There's only 4. But Derrick Rose is going to join him. I'm not saying that Derrick Rose doesn't deserve it. What my point was, you had some other great players that had great careers with Chicago, and like Artis Gilmore, he's a Hall of Famer. And
But it's charisma. It's not only that. Go back and look at Magic. Why everybody think Magic was so great? His charisma and the way he played to the crowd and stuff like that, people loved him.
Okay,
That's it. That's the
People
difference.
love
The
Rose.
impact.
All right, we lost
well,
that.
we lost
All
him
right.
back.
Yeah.
He's coming back, but that was just my only point on that as far as
Well, listen,
Yeah, because-
you mentioned Artis Gilmore. Okay, that's a name all by itself. All right, we won't even
Yeah.
go any. We won't go any further than that. If I had to choose one to retire their jersey, it definitely would not be Derrick Rose. Yeah, he had 4 or 5 good years, but Artis Gilmore had a great career. Period. And he played competition that was of his equal and in most cases better. Yet he held its own. Derrick Rose played decent competition, but nothing close to what Gilmore played with. Come on, let's think about that for a minute.
But they thought he was great in his prime. They thought he was great.
That's the problem. With the issue with those people who are making these decisions, these meat pies were probably babies still in diapers. Don't know nothing about an Artis Gilmore.
Yeah.
They
Derrick
don't know
Rose will
much about
probably be the first ever MVP in the NBA history who will not make the Hall of Fame unless they Gale Sayers him.
He's going to get in.
You think so? His career was
yes.
cut short. His stats aren't really that impressive.
No, they're not.
Derrick Rose is going to get in. Guaranteed.
He got hurt. He got hurt, and then usually, let's say do the Gale Sayers thing with him, but he may not make the Hall of Fame.
I give him an honorable. Hey, give him an honorable mention. That's all he gets.
No, he's got to get in.
We're going to find out.
People that the
we're going to find out. Now, remember, what is it? A 5-year window for the Hall of Fame before your name is dropped.
And he did 5 years.
No, I'm saying he's in his 3rd or 4th year retired now, right?
He just retired.
No,
he just retired.
Okay, so 4 years from now, if you don't hear the name Derrick Rose for the Hall of Fame, then you're only proving what I'm thinking. You're an honorable mention. That's as good as it gets. If Chicago wants to retire your jersey because they don't like the number 52 or 50, whichever one you wore, that's fine.
You have anything to add to that before we go on?
No, sir.
Well, I got something to add to that, and I'm gonna let you think about it. We'll talk about it next time. I sent you guys in the chat the supposed power rankings for up to week 1. I don't know if you agree with it. Look at the first 5: Eagles, Vikings, Commanders, Buccaneers, Rams. Do you think that's proper? You think
we're
that's
the Chiefs?
Order? You think it needs to be changed?
Say again.
How the Vikings? Yeah, I know. Hey, Vikings number 2. I don't agree.
Listen, that's a shame. Anyway, look at it. It's in your chat, Larry.
Anyway, time to close out, fellas. Let's close out. Come on, Minister Henry. Let's close us out.
All right. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your grace, your love, your mercy, because you are the Ancient of Days. You are the great I am. And Father, we ask that you bless every household that is represented on the show tonight, Lord. We ask that you bless the listeners, Father. And Lord, we just thank you for your goodness, your grace, your love, that we was able to come together in fellowship. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 So,
Kansas City.
Eyes
Super
open.
Bowl.
Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes on the prize. Minnesota's on the way.
all right.